the process of doing the correct bench press, or not bench press, we're doing squats. We did bench press last week. We're also going to explain and show you ways that you can do it from home.
A couple things when we talk about doing squats that's very crucial is that you never want to actually bend over, and we never use our back. Okay? When we watch Bethy do the squat today, there's a couple of very important things. One is that she keeps her feet shoulder width apart, or maybe a hair wider. Okay? When she does go down and engage into her squat, she does come forward a little bit, but her butt goes down. Okay? We want to spread our chest like we're Superman. When we come down, we want to get low as close to 90 degrees with our thighs and our lower legs as possible. So when we go down, we want to try to get our legs down to a 90 or close to. Bethy will always keep her head up and her eyes up. A good thing to do when you're doing squats is to pick a point on the wall, up high by the ceiling, across from you. Keep your eyes on that spot the whole time, because as soon as you let your head go down, then your body, your chest is going to go down, you're going to bend at the waist, bending over, and that's what we don't want to have happen.
You want that opposite arch, not the forward arch. You want a C, inverted C.
Yep. So one thing that we talked about the other day with bench press is that we always want to have a spotter. That's something we're going to do with squats too. Bethy has her hands here, right to where they're comfortable for her. Her arms aren't too far apart. They're also not in to where she's unstable. She finds a good spot where she's comfortable. She's going to lift the weight up off the rack. Take a couple steps forward. I'm going to spot her here just to be safe. Bethy's going to go down to where she gets 90, right there, and then come right back up.
Notice that my eyes were not in the right place. I got to get my eyes up.
So watch again here as Bethy drops down. Good, and back up.
Ooh.
She never
heard that knee.
She never bends over. She stays in good position right there the whole time. Okay? One more. Good. Spot my partner on the rack. And that's how we do a squat in the weight room. You guys don't have access to a weight room right now, or most of you don't at home, so you're going to have to get creative and try to find other ways to use weight to be able to do squats. Bethy, what are some ways that they could do that? You
can get a broom. You could even put things on either side of the broom. You could just use a broom so that you're working on the correct stance. We're in the weight room right now at the high school, and there's poles in the back that you can just use as a practice. I know that you're not getting necessarily a lot of weight done that way, but there are some pulls that are a little bit heavier, but it's also practicing the right technique. And I know we've practiced squats. In class already, and one of the things that we've been doing is if you sit down and your butt just barely touches the wall, then you know that you're doing it right. Or if you use a chair, you can't see this bench really in the picture, but if you put a chair out or a bench, get your legs correct, and then you get your stick here and you go down, your butt should hover over the seat. Sometimes what I see is people leaning forward like this, rocking forward. You gotta actually pinch right here at your waist and go down, creating that inverted C, pushing your butt out. Also be aware of your knees. You don't want your knees to cross the line of your toes. Okay, that's just to keep yourself stable. But yeah, you all have broomsticks, or what else could you use at home, Jimmy?
Any sort of weight you could put on yourself. You could even hold something here and do squats in the chest. You could hold a bag of potatoes.
Some of you have weights at home. You could do that, moving it and going down.
Lots of different things. When I coached wrestling, we do partner squats. You got a little sibling, you can throw your little sibling up over your shoulder.
That'd be fun.
But like Bethy was saying earlier, and this is something we talked about during bench press too, is that you do not want to use too much weight until you have the technique right. Because that's how people get hurt. A lot of people hurt themselves in the weight room, and they become lifelong injuries. So make sure the technique is right before you start adding a lot of weight.
Jimmy, what muscles are used in this?
Well, we're going to be using our glutes.
Which is your butt.
Okay. When we're coming down, we're getting down here, we're stabilizing with our core. Okay, and as we explode up, we're using our hamstrings and our thighs as we explode to come back up to the upright position.
Okay, so pretty much your lower half is what you're using.
Yep.
So have fun, find something to do at home with it that you are able to use. Tell us what you use, and then also we'll have some questions in a quiz format for you to answer. So hopefully you learned.